Today, we're going to be talking about the most annoying sounds that you're going to run into while you're video editing. Because, why not? Before we get into this, my name's Ray. I help out creative entrepreneurs. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And now, let's just get into this because I want to get this over with. If you're like me, then there are just certain sounds that are going to get underneath your skin. What kind of sounds annoy you while you're video editing? I want to know about it. Let me know down in the comments below. Those clicks. Yeah, that sound right there. We're gonna get rid of that, okay? The things I do for you. Let's get started. First, we're gonna need to pull up DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so I'm gonna be covering 3 different methods for fixing your audio. I am not gonna cover the obvious of just deleting the sound from your video because that's not why we're here. With that said, we wanna go ahead and jump over to Fairlight. Once we're in Fairlight, we're gonna zoom in a little bit more. Method number 1, we're going to be taking a quiet part of the clip and copying it over the offensive, noisy part of the clip. So for this right here, we're going to be getting rid of this spike. What we want to do is move our playhead over to a quiet part of the clip, push R or select this range selection tool, and just click and drag. Once you do that, you're going to select a range. Now, wherever your playhead is where the copy is going to move. So for example, if I were to copy this and then I move it, you can see everything that I'm going to paste is at the beginning of the playhead. Whereas if I were to put the playhead here and hit copy, now it's behind it. All right, so make sure your playhead's at the beginning. I'm going to move it over and paste. Just like that. There you go, it's quiet. The good part about this method is that it copies the background noise so it doesn't just completely drop out if you were to cut the audio out completely. The bad news is I just turned myself into a silent film character. So to fix that, we're gonna be doing method number 2. What we're gonna do is keyframe the volume. To accomplish this, I actually wanna zoom in a little bit closer and I'm gonna focus on reducing the sound for this particular part of the clip. So that little spike up there that jumped all the way up to here, yeah. So the first thing that I want to do is hold Alt and click above the sound that I'm trying to affect. So click the mouse here, the right a little bit more. So you can either do 3 points or 4 points. If you do 3 points, it's going to look more like a triangle. As you can see right here, it's reducing it just at this part. The other option would be to add a 4th one. So if I just hold Alt and click again, and then I drag down the middle part, it's going to reduce that part of the sound. So it's not going to be as loud. Sounds a little bit delayed because my computer's working pretty hard right now. But you get the point. The sound did get reduced. The good part about this method is that it reduces the sound, but it still keeps it there. So you're not creating a disconnect for the audience when they're trying to watch your clip and there's no sound where there obviously should be sound. Downside is that you're going to be reducing the background noise. Select this first copy that we had pasted, reposition my playhead of course, and copy, and then push Alt down, and then paste. What it did was just copy that audio to a new track. So I'm just gonna fix audio track number 2. If I move this over a little bit, and then play through it, not only is it playing the noise at a reduced level, but it's also playing the background noise at a normal level, so it's not going to be as obvious that something got cut out, something got edited. That's method number 2, part B, whatever you want to call it. So method number 3, I'm covering sample editing here. First thing I want to do is go over to the sound that I want to fix. For this, I'm going to focus on this tallest peak that I have, and we're going to zoom in. Click on here so it's going to be easy to see, and I'm going to zoom in. Just play this real quick so you can see the difference before and after. Here's before. And you can see it's peaking all the way up here. Now, keep zooming in. Once you zoom in to a certain point, the solid wave is going to turn into a line wave. We're going to keep zooming in until it starts to turn into dots like this. Each one of these dots is a sample. Every wave file, every sound file is made up of samples, and literally all it is just parts to the wave. What we're going to do for this is flatten out the wave the best that we can. In order to do that, you're going to click and hold on a sample and then you're gonna drag it over to the right. And it doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, most of the time it's not going to be. If you made a mistake, you can always go back to where you were, and it'll just rewrite the wave for you. In fact, I want to bring these down a little bit more. With that amount done, I'm just going to zoom out real quick, and you can see that the largest part of the spike is gone. So, you see this spike here. This one was the biggest spike that we had, and now it's down here. If we play through this, you're going to see that the audio level, it was peaking up here before, now it's down here, which is perfect. The upside to using this method is that you get to control individual parts of the wave without having to overwrite everything on such a massive scale. The downside is that it is going to take a little bit of extra time. So did you know that you could just get in closer and dig into that audio clip to see what the hell was going on, change it around? I want to know. Let me know down in the comments below, of course. Smash that like button if you got value out of this video. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and until next time, I'll catch you later.